Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was no Super Sunday, but that was a super point for Leeds United. It has just ended at Brentford. Brentford won, Leeds United won in quite a boring game, but Leeds United in the end were hard. We fought hard. We were strong. I liked it, and we got a point. We're taking it back to Leeds. If you are new around here, my name is Ollie Ward. Welcome to the Ollie Ward channel. Be sure to smash that like button before we get into the match reaction. Let's go for 200 likes. Why not? Also, subscribe if you are new as well. We're on the road to 21,000 subscribers. And get your comments in. Who was your man of the match? Are you in love with Calvert Lewin the same way I am? Is it maybe Anton Stack? I don't know. Let me know your comments down below and let me know your thoughts, your man of the match. Let's be completely realistic. The highs of the last week and a bit have been brilliant. You know, that second half against Man City, the big win over Chelsea, the last-minute draw against Liverpool. It meant a lot for Leeds United and Daniel Farke and these Leeds United players. And it was how they were going to react today. I'll be completely honest. I thought Brentford could have got, well, before the game kicked off, I thought it was going to be 3 or 4-1 to Brentford. Negative, I understand. But what we showed today, I didn't want us to go into this game and think, you know, everything that's happened this week is out the window. We were strong again. We were solidified. The back three were brilliant. Thiago, you know, only Haaland scored more goals than him this season. Didn't have a sniff. You know, he really didn't have a sniff at all. The back three were brilliant. And, you know, in that first half, yes, it was very boring for both sides. I thought Leeds were the better side altogether. I think if Leeds didn't get anything out of that game, that would have been really annoying because actually, I don't think Brentford deserved the 3 points. I don't necessarily think Leeds deserved the 3 points. I think it was probably a perfect in the middle. But if you had to give it to either side, I think Leeds were the better of the sides. Were stopping Brentford, you know, playing their usual football. There wasn't much to talk about in that first half. But, you know, at the end of the day, went in 0-0, and then they got their goal. It came from, you know, Damsgaard coming on. And the thing is with Damsgaard, he changes games. He's a creative player. And, yeah, it was a nice ball. You know, Henderson stuck it away. Maybe a Jacobi own goal. And then Leeds made them subs. It was a bit reactive from Daniel Farke. I think the subs could have come 5-10 minutes earlier than that before we conceded. But you bring on Brendan Aronson and Nonto again, and it worked again. We changed formation back into a 4-3-3. Nonto on the wing, and we got the goal, the equalizer. Nonto, lovely swing ball in. And Dominic Calvert Lewin, he's got 4 goals in his last 4 games. And what a signing he is turning out to be. I'd done a ranking top 10 Leeds United players so far this season a couple of days ago. If you missed that, check it out. I speak about Dominic Calvert Lewin, and he's changed the way Leeds United play. You know, Daniel Farke wanted to be bigger. He wanted to be stronger, winning set pieces, winning headers. And Dominic Calvert Lewin does exactly that. So shout out to Dominic Calvert Lewin. He scores again. Leeds United take a valuable point. And at the start of the game, if I said we're going to Brentford, would you take a point? I think you'd all bite my hand off because you know, they're beating big teams. I think Man City are the only team to take points off them this season, or maybe to get a win there this season. So Brentford's a tough place to go, and Leeds United showed again that we're not, you know, here to mess about. I get we're still in a relegation zone, or like relegation fight, I should say. But we're not just, you know, we're not just bending over. We're really giving it a good go. And I really like that from this Leeds United side. And December's been nice. The last 2 weeks, it's been brilliant from Leeds United. You know, like I said, the narrow loss at City, beating Chelsea, draw with Liverpool, now draw with Brentford. We've got Crystal Palace next Saturday. That'll be a tough game. It really, really will. But I'm confident in this Leeds United side. I like the way it sets up. Maybe I saw people saying on Twitter at halftime we were a Metro away from maybe 3 points there, because a Metro would have also held up like Dominic Calvert-Lewin did. I'm not saying Okafor had a bad game. Thought he was the best player in the first half, because you know, he's very, very tricky. Just quickly talking about the penalty decision that they were going to give. 1, I'm glad it was offside, but 2, that was so soft, wasn't it? If that was getting given, I'd been fuming. Similar with the Calvert-Lewin one, you know, Calvert-Lewin's gone over. That was probably more of a penalty than the Brentford one, but similarly, I don't like that. When you just touch them a little bit, you give penalties, and they're looking at it for so long. I really don't know why. Everyone in the stadium, everyone at home knows that's not a penalty. It would have been a horrible way to go. But either way, I'll take the point. It's a great point. Not the best of games, but it's a great point. Going through each player individually, Lucas Perry, I don't know where I stand with Lucas Perry. You know, his kicking is supposed to be his best attribute, and sometimes I'm not feeling it. He made a couple of smart stops, you know, a couple of smart catches as well, but just sometimes his distribution, which is supposed to be his best asset, I do get a little bit worried. I get a little bit worried with Lucas Perry, but it wouldn't be a Leeds United goalkeeper without the worries. You know, I don't know when the last time we employed a good one, but either way, I like Lucas Perry, but he just does worry me. Jaden Bogle, again, solid, very, very solid, keeping, the wingers quiet, getting up and down. He had a few chances up there as well. I thought he played really well again, Jaden Bogle. The back three, Jacobiol was unlucky I know it hasn't gone down as an own goal, but that could have hit the post, could have gone wide, but he helped Jordan Henderson's goal go in. He was unlucky because he won everything in the air today, Jacobiol, against Thiago. He was brilliant. Similarly with Joe Rodon, Pascal today for me was a bit shaky out of everyone. Well, out of the back five anyway, he was definitely the weak link. Some of his passes, he was winning headers though. Of course he does. That's what Pascal does. But I thought Jacobiol was unlucky to come off instead of Pascal. Left wing back, I spoke about him as one of my favourite players this season. Signing of the season for me, Gabby Goodmanson. He went off injured with a few minutes to go. I think he just pulled up because of all the running he does. He kept their wingers quiet. Of course he did. He does it every game. I love Gabriel Goodmanson. He's an absolute joy to watch. He's got a tank of energy as well, which I absolutely love from Gabriel Goodmanson. But another good performance by him. The midfield three. Ampadu got into the game a lot more. I think the first half, none of the midfield, apart from maybe Stack, was that good. I thought it was, Tanaka maybe should have come off 5-10 minutes earlier than he did. That's definitely one of his weaker games in a Leeds United shirt, Al Tanaka. I don't think he really touched the ball in the first half. And then the second half, when he did, he was giving it away. And he's had a good, couple of weeks against Chelsea and against Liverpool. But today, wasn't brilliant at all, Tanaka. Ethan Ampadu got a lot more into it, driving, keeping that ball ticking. I like that. And Stacks similarly as well. A lot quicker than I think a lot of fans probably, don't give him credit for. He's a quick player, good with his left, good with his right. I really like Anton Stack. When it was the front two of Okafor and Dominic Calvert Lewin, I thought it was working. Calvert Lewin heading it down to Okafor. Okafor had a few chances. Unlucky. He does need to add more goals and assists to his game, and then he's the perfect player. I know. He doesn't necessarily like working in a front two. He likes being out on the wing, and then when he went out to the wing, he looked all right still until we brought on Jack Harrison, and then we made the changes. Like I said, you're bringing on Nonto and Aronson. Aronson done okay. He had a couple of half chances. He's impacted the games against Chelsea and Liverpool the last few weeks, and he came on today. He done all right. Didn't do anything spectacular. I don't think Nonto did until the goal. Nonto didn't really do too much apart from the vital assist. So you got to give the boys some credit. It was a lovely ball in, lovely whip ball in. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin headed it. James Justin and Jack Harrison that came on, they didn't have enough time to do anything. But either way, solid from them too. Daniel Farke, I've given him credit the last few weeks. I do give him credit today because, again, the changes worked. Nonto got the assist. We changed formation. But I do think the subs were a little bit too late for me. I think the starting 11 was perfect. That's exactly the team I would have put out. But for me, subs should have come before we conceded. But either way, it's a solid point for Leeds United. I'm really not going to complain. Going to Brentford and taking a point, I'll take it. And I think you will too. We go again next week against Crystal Palace. It's going to be a big game. But ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this video, please, please, please do smash that like button. It really, really does help me hype the video, subscribe, get all your comments in. I've been Ollie Ward. You guys have been excellent. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheery. Uh-oh.